fuck is up? Well, I figure it's time I do a video blog. I got a fucking camera. Might as well do something with it. Cheers. Not very good with my words, so I gotta drink a little. So, I don't know how often I'll do this. I don't know if I'll do it ever again, even. In fact, I don't really like the way I turn out in pictures. I've got like the least photogenic face. There is not a camera or a photographer alive that can capture the fucking awesomeness that is me. And so depending on how I feel, you may or may not see me again like this. I guess what I've had on my mind lately, sorry, I'm moving around a lot just because it's how I do things. I never stand in one spot when I'm talking to people. I move my hands a lot. Yeah, I'm wasting a lot of your time right now. But anyway, I find a lot lately that I've been thinking how I have a ton of better than average but not grand skills and talents, some might even say. I haven't really done anything with them though. It's kind of irritating. You know, I think I'm 26 years old. I'm going to be 30 in 4 years. 30. Now that's not a lot to some of you. It's really not a lot to me. In fact, I mean, in my mind, when I picture my future, I'm really not picturing myself any younger than like 55, 60 years old. For some reason, my mind is like locked on to being just an older guy. But I realize, as you probably realize, that short-term goals are necessary. In fact, short-term goals are probably more important because they're the stepping stones that get you to your long-term. Fact is, I'm an artist that doesn't sit down and draw, that doesn't regularly play his guitar. I am a martial artist, health enthusiast, fitness guy that has a shitty diet. I don't watch what I eat as best as I should. And I don't go into any workout with a plan. I just go in thinking, well, I trained so-and-so yesterday, so I'm not going to train that today. And that's the only plan I have. I'm basically stepping through life with no plan right now. And I'm getting fed up with it. I found myself last night bored out of my skull. Elizabeth was watching a DVD in the bedroom, and I was sitting out here on MySpace, literally doing nothing, staring at my homepage, doing nothing. Nothing. I could have been cleaning, I could have been drawing, I could have been playing guitar, I could have been training. I did work out, I did work out, so that's something. And I had trained earlier in the morning, but it never hurts to train twice a day. I just felt very unaccomplished. And I guess I'm sitting here, you call it confessional if you want, but I'm sitting here exposing my underbelly, for lack of a term, asking for your help, for your support to push me to actually do something with myself on a daily basis, not wait for the right time, not wait for the next nice bit of equipment to help me out or whatever. I've got plenty. I've got plenty of skill, plenty of talent, plenty of equipment. I should be able to do something. My biggest problem is that big L word, lazy. So let's sit down and enumerate the things that I have done and not completed, and then we'll do the things that I want to do that I'm not making any headway towards, and then I'll talk a little bit about where I want to go. Okay, what have I done? What goals have I accomplished? Let's see, I got my black belt in Shaolin Kempo in 1998. That was my first big milestone. Ever since I started martial arts, even before I started martial arts, I was really into it. I trained hard, got my first goal. In fact, I went on to get a second-degree black belt before I moved to Michigan. Very, very dear to me, that time spent training. Now, have I done anything with it since then? Not really. I'm training one guy that I work with. Now, it's fun training him, but I don't have a school. I barely have room enough in my living room or kitchen to train if the weather's bad, and I'm not getting paid for it. So, really, have I done anything with my martial arts training like I wanted to? No. Let's see, the next. Well, graduated high school. It's not really something that, that I aspired to. It was just something I expected and I did. I'm more proud of the fact that I went through all 4 years of high school. All 4 years. That's 8, I know. All 4 years without missing a single day. To me, that was a big deal. Ever since elementary school, I wanted to, get perfect attendance, and I did it 4 years in a row. Now, after that, I went to college. Everybody expects you to go to college. Well, I got my associate's degree, and then I transferred schools. When I transferred schools, I found out that the program I was in was not the program that I needed to be in, and there was no other program that was going to help me realize the dreams that I had set in my mind, my goals or anything. What I realized was that everything that I want to do with my life, I could do getting all the paperwork that I would ever need, my certifications, licensing, and all that, I can do separately, independently from school and save an ass load of cash. So I dropped out of school, not because school was too hard, not because I hated it, just because it wasn't where I needed to be. Now, I did get my personal trainer certificate while I was it while I was in school? No, it was just after I got out of school. I had to prove to myself that I could do this. And I failed the first time. That was when I was still in school, okay? I failed the first time because I didn't study, because I'm not a good studier. But the second time I passed. And I happen to live in a town that has, as far as I know, 2 gyms. One is at the school, they don't hire trainers. The other one is tribal, and they don't hire white guys. So, basically, I either had to just accept the fact that I had a 2-year certification for nothing, or start my own business. Well, starting my own business was right out. I barely made any money at my job at the time, and I was scraping just to pay the bills. So there was no way in hell I was going to start my own business. And so that was it wasn't a waste because I proved to myself, that my plan can work. But I haven't done anything with it. My personal trainer certificate is 2 years expired now. And now I've got to try to get the money back together to, go and get a new one. And this time I'm shooting higher. I'm going to go for the NASM because that's even better than ACE. But that's a whole different conversation. After that, I pretty much just, for the past 2 years, have been working as a meat cutter. Hey, Isis. This is my kitty, Isis. My female kitty. That is the mother of a beautiful, beautiful little kitten named Grim. Okay. Anyway, I've spent the last 2 years as a meat cutter. Not a career meat cutter, not a professional meat cutter or anything. And no, it's not a butcher. 2 different things. But a good skill to have, just, to pay the bills. Can take it pretty much anywhere in the States. Anybody that eats meat is going to eventually require the services of a meat cutter. So it's a respectable job and it pays well, but I haven't been doing jack, otherwise. And I don't plan on being a meat cutter for the rest of my life. So I'm just kind of floating. Let's see, what else have I done? Let's see, I'm a decent artist, as you can see by some of the pictures on my in my artwork album on MySpace. I can be better. I can do better than what you've seen. But I don't sit down and do it all the time. That's a problem thing with me, because I would actually like to write and draw comic books on the side, but I just don't have the drive to sit down and do it. Also, musically, I mean, I can play guitar. Most of what you've seen has been sloppy shit, but I can play. I write my own music. I don't play anybody else's shit. I hate playing other people's music. So anytime you hear me playing, 99% of the time I'm playing something of my own. If I'm playing something that is somebody else's, is something I just picked up because I liked, a certain sound or something. But my recording equipment is shitty, and every time I've tried to record, it comes out like crap. And on top of that, I don't have the patience to sit there and refine it and produce it and all that crap. So there you go. Again, me being lazy leads to no work. So I have all this talent and skill floating around, and I'm doing jack shit with it. I need, I guess you could say, encouragement or support, as well as just personal, internal, mental fortitude to sit down and do this stuff. Because I've got a lot of plans. My plan in life, I want to build not just a gym. For lack of a better term, I want to build the fucking Jedi Academy. Now, I know there's, I can't do the Force, and I can barely do the Thriller dance. Don't ask me, I really can't. But I figure if I can teach martial arts, help people with their physical goals, I would love to be able to offer not counseling of any like official kind of sort, but like discussion groups and stuff with philosophically, socially motivated kind of discussion groups to help people in other areas. I would love to be able to open my doors as more than just a gym. I would like to be able to just help teach people the art of life, help people learn life for themselves. I see myself as a generalist in life. I don't see myself as a specialist in any realm. I don't see myself as clinging to any one thing as like a super talent or a super skill. I see myself just generalizing in many areas and trying to help people along that way. And if I can do that, as well as produce my comic books and music on the side like I would like to, I guess that is my ideal. I want to be able to also live life on my own terms and always act deliberately as an analyzed response to every situation. That's what I want out of life. What do you want? Thanks for listening. That's the end. Bye.
Chocolate-covered laser discs, flashing like a dagger in the night.